Most people think billionaires become more visible as they become richer publicly, but the richest people in the world often disappear completely instead, because extreme wealth eventually changes the relationship between power and visibility psychologically. The more powerful someone becomes, the less they want to be seen. Normal people spend their lives trying to gain recognition from society emotionally. The ultra-rich quietly spend their lives escaping recognition entirely. And eventually, visibility itself starts feeling dangerous to powerful people privately. Attention becomes vulnerability instead of status. That transformation created one of the strangest worlds hidden inside modern wealth culture: the rise of invisible billionaires. At level 1, wealth still wants public attention and social admiration emotionally. This level belongs to influencers, athletes, entertainers, and internet millionaires. Luxury cars, designer brands, private vacations, and expensive lifestyles dominate publicly, because new wealth still desperately wants recognition from society. The billionaire fantasy still feels connected to visibility and status emotionally. The owner wants strangers to notice success instantly, and modern social media amplified this psychology globally and permanently online. Attention itself became a form of digital currency, so luxury transformed into visual performance for audiences publicly and psychologically. The richer people became, the more they displayed wealth online to strangers. At level 2, the wealthy begin protecting parts of their lives privately and emotionally. This is where public visibility starts feeling psychologically exhausting. Private entrances, hidden homes, armored vehicles, and security systems appear quietly. The owner slowly creates distance from ordinary public life, because fame and visibility create emotional pressure over time psychologically. Crowds, cameras, and strangers become mentally exhausting. And eventually, wealthy people realize the more visible someone becomes, the less freedom they actually experience in ordinary life publicly and privately. At level 3, wealth stops performing publicly and begins operating privately instead. This is where old money enters the story completely. Unlike new wealth, old money avoids unnecessary public attention entirely, because generational wealth understands visibility creates vulnerability. The richest families in the world are often almost impossible to identify publicly. No interviews, no social media, and no public lifestyles. At level 4, invisible billionaires begin controlling systems instead of displaying luxury publicly. This is where power becomes structural instead of visual. Private investments, offshore companies, hidden assets, and global influence appear quietly. The billionaire stops functioning like a celebrity. They begin functioning more like invisible infrastructure behind society itself, quietly shaping industries, politics, and markets. At level 5, billionaires begin disappearing physically from ordinary society completely. Private islands, hidden compounds, and remote estates emerge. The ultra-rich stop asking how to enter elite spaces. They begin asking how to escape society entirely. Private chefs, private doctors, and private transportation dominate daily life. The billionaire slowly stops depending on public systems. At level 6, invisible billionaires operate through intelligence and secrecy networks globally. This is where extreme power becomes almost impossible to trace, because the ultra-rich no longer fear financial instability. They fear exposure and loss of control. At level 7, invisible billionaires stop functioning like wealthy individuals. They become hidden power systems beyond ordinary society. Extreme wealth eventually stops chasing attention and starts escaping attention permanently instead, because visibility creates vulnerability. Most people think billionaires live glamorous public lives, but the richest people often live hidden from ordinary reality entirely. That's why the final stage of wealth often looks strangely empty and isolated. Not louder, but quieter, hidden and disconnected.